This cardboard trick will make your soil fertile forever. Most gardeners spend years fighting weeds, battling dry soil, and buying expensive fertilizers without ever realizing the solution may already be hiding in their recycling bin. There's a quiet revolution happening in regenerative gardening, and it begins with something so ordinary that most people throw it away without a second thought. Cardboard. Yes, plain, uncoated brown cardboard. When used correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful soil-building tools you will ever use. At Timeless Crops Haven, this is the method we swear by because it transforms tired, compacted ground into soft, rich, fertile earth that keeps improving year after year. Let's get straight to how this works, why it works, and how you can do it in your own garden starting today. No waiting for next season. No complicated equipment. Just the right technique that activates your soil's natural biology and keeps it fertile for a lifetime. Beneath the surface of your garden lies an entire living world. When that world thrives, your plants thrive. When it collapses, no fertilizer on earth can save your crops. Cardboard works because it resets this underground ecosystem in a way no commercial product can. First, it blocks light completely. This shuts down weeds at the source, cutting off photosynthesis and forcing even stubborn perennial weeds to exhaust their stored energy. But the real magic begins in the darkness under the cardboard once it's soaked and covered. That space becomes warm, moist, protected, and incredibly inviting to the organisms responsible for building true fertility. Earthworms move upward, microorganisms multiply, and together they begin breaking down the cellulose in the cardboard. As they feed, they aerate the soil, create tunnels for air and water, and produce nutrient-rich castings. Within months, the ground becomes looser, more structured and packed with organic matter. This isn't surface-level fertility. It's deep, structural transformation. The cardboard becomes a catalyst that activates a natural soil healing system that never stops working as long as you continue feeding it organic matter. Not all cardboard is created equal. Using the wrong type introduces chemicals and, well, it really slows the decomposition process. What you need is plain brown cardboard, the kind used for shipping boxes. No glossy coatings, no coloured printing, no shiny surfaces. The cardboard must be matte and untreated. Before you lay it down, remove every piece of tape, every label, every staple. You want nothing on that ground except pure cellulose, because that is the fuel for soil organisms. One of the most refreshing parts of this method is that the shovel stays in the shed. No digging at all. Simply cut down or press down any tall grass or weeds. You're not removing them. You're turning them into food. Those stems and leaves will break down beneath the cardboard and become part of the rich humus forming underneath. Just make sure the ground is free of sharp branches or stones that could tear your cardboard, because even one small gap can give weeds a path to the surface. This step separates successful gardeners from frustrated ones. Lay each sheet of cardboard so that it overlaps the next by at least 15 to 20 centimetres. If you leave gaps, even tiny ones, weeds will find them. Once everything is laid out, soak the cardboard thoroughly. You want it completely saturated until it lies flat and soft against the soil. A standard garden hose works perfectly. For every square metre of cardboard, use roughly 2 litres of water to ensure full penetration. This gives the worms a moist environment, prevents air pockets, and, honestly, it jump-starts the biological activity that makes this method so powerful. On top of the wet cardboard, add a thick, nourishing layer of organic matter. 10 to 15 centimetres is ideal. You can use compost, humus, fertile soil, grass clippings, or a mixture of all three. This top layer will feed your plants during the first year, while the cardboard underneath continues its slow biological work. When you're ready to plant, simply cut a small opening through the cardboard and place your seedling into that pocket. Cover the roots with soil from the top layer, water lightly, and let the system take over. The cardboard eliminates competition, preserves moisture, and provides a stable foundation for root growth. Even powerful methods have limitations, and knowing them means you can adjust and get the best results possible. Because cardboard slows down soil warming, you might have a slightly delayed start with heat-loving crops in early spring. In damp climates, slugs may hide under the moist layer, so keeping the top mulch well drained is important. And as cellulose breaks down, soil bacteria temporarily use up nitrogen, which could leave your plants hungry if your top layer is too thin. A simple solution is to ensure your organic layer is rich, especially with well-finished compost. You're not avoiding problems, you're managing them intelligently. That is what long-term fertility looks like. Cardboard isn't just for new planting beds. You can use it to transform almost any part of your garden, really. If you're creating a new bed on untouched ground, simply lay cardboard, add a thick compost layer, and start planting shallow-rooted crops right away. Within a year or two, the ground beneath will be completely transformed without any digging at all. Around trees and shrubs, cardboard keeps weeds away and locks moisture in, which is quite handy. Just leave a bit of space around the trunk for airflow before covering everything with mulch. For garden paths, layering 2 or 3 sheets of cardboard and topping them with sand, gravel or wood chips creates clean, walkable paths that resist weeds for years. These are simple steps, but the results feel almost magical. Heavy clay soil becomes soft, aerated, and easy to work as worms tunnel through it. Sandy soil holds moisture and nutrients instead of letting everything drain away too fast. In dry regions, cardboard acts like a shield, keeping water in the ground and dramatically reducing the need for irrigation. In wet climates, it provides structure and stability as long as the top mulch layer drains properly. Wherever you garden, cardboard adapts and enhances the soil you already have, turning its weaknesses into strengths. Healthy plants don't come from feeding plants, they come from feeding soil. When you use cardboard, you're not fertilizing crops, you're empowering the underground system that keeps fertility cycling forever. This is intelligent gardening. This is gardening that works with nature instead of battling against it. If you found this guide helpful, make sure you subscribe to Timeless Crops Haven and share this with gardeners who are ready to take their soil to the next level. Your support helps us continue creating powerful, practical gardening knowledge that stands the test of time.